عليكم ninjas, أهلا وسهلا بكم. Your ninja Muhammad with another update camera comparison test with between two different smartphones and also screen and design a little bit. We're going to test maybe also the speakers. Huawei P40 Pro on the left side versus the Redmi K30 Pro or / Poco F2 Pro on the right side, ninjas. Check this out. Both of them are on the maximum brightness. You can see by self. Perfect. Interesting. This is going to be very interesting to see here the camera comparison. So ninjas, 9mm versus 8.9mm, same thickness. The heaviness, Redmi K30 Pro is slightly heavier, 209 grams versus 219. Design wise here, what do we have on the back? Quad camera setup with both of them, flashlights. We have obviously a more advanced sensor from Sony IMX700 with the Huawei P40 Pro. But we're going to test, tell you about this just in a minute. Let's now move to the firstly screen comparison with these two smartphones. We're going to open same YouTube video regarding a little bit the viewing angles. We're going to check here just the viewing angles. Let me just find something really interesting. Oh, this is very nice picture. Let's do the first viewing angles. You can have the buying links in the description. By the way, Huawei P40 Pro, yes, you can install the Play Store. I'm already having Play Store. It works just fine. Just I don't have any problems. But remember that there's a small downside because you get, example, check this out. You're gonna get something like this. This device isn't Play Protect certified. I don't know how to remove this option. Obviously, you can use, but when you open some apps, you're gonna have this error, and then you can continue using it without any problem. Okay, it's not a big problem, but you know, it still ruins a little bit the experience not having Huawei P40 Pro Google services on default. Anyway, let's move to screen comparison. Huawei P40 Pro on the left, Redmi K30 Pro on the right side. Beautiful, interesting. OLED versus AMOLED. You remember Redmi K30 Pro has an AMOLED screen, ninjas. There we go, Huawei P40 Pro on the top, ninjas, Redmi K30 Pro / Poco F2 Pro on the bottom, 6.58 inches versus 6.67 inches, so yes, with the Redmi K30 Pro, ninjas, it's a completely flat screen. It's not 2.5D curved, 3D curved, whatever you want to call it. There's no curvedness here, it's a completely, obviously we do have a curvedness regarding the frames and everything, but the display itself is completely flat. So many people love to have this one, and also side-by-side comparison, you can see by yourself that it's also wider, so plenty of people would love to have something like this. Check this out, how it is. Man, it's not like a small difference. It is a lot wider. Check this out. Interesting, isn't it? Anyway, OLED panel versus AMOLED Samsung, 17:9 aspect ratio. We have a full HD plus resolution with both of them, 441 versus 395 ppi. So big difference in the screen density. The Huawei P40 Pro will win there. We have a Corning Gorilla Glass protection. The screen brightness with the Huawei P40 Pro, it's they say the Huawei P40 Pro has a maximum auto, it's 530 luxes. With the Redmi K30 Pro, it's 500 luxes. But maximum brightness, it goes to 1200 nits. Yes, and also the contrast with the Redmi K30 Pro is 5 million with 1, ninjas. 5 million with 1. Really high contrast ratio. Both of them are DCI P3 wide gamut and also HDR10 plus certified screens. But where the Huawei P40 Pro will win for the $900 or $850 price tag difference, 90 Hz. Redmi K30 Pro has only still an old school 60 Hz screen refresh rate, so you can play games maximum to 60 FPS. Nevertheless, ninjas, here for me the win will be, example, the Huawei P40 Pro. The Huawei P40 Pro depends. I do love this curveness of the Huawei P40 Pro, ninjas. I love the touch of the screen. Also, I love the viewing angles with the Huawei P40 Pro. I love the 90 Hz. Also, it's an advance, but again, ninjas, it is more expensive. It is more expensive. 460 versus 860. That's $400 more for the Huawei P40 Pro. Yeah, it's a big, check this out right now. The colors looks more saturated and more richer with the Huawei P40 Pro on the OLED panel. Very interesting. This is one of the best OLED panels I tested, and also the Xiaomi Mi 10 from the TCL company OLED panel is one of the best on the market. Anyway, ninjas, for the price tag, Redmi K30 Pro wins. It's really, like I already repeated, for the price tag, it's really hard to find an OLED panel here with such a high screen density and such a high screen brightness, and also an AMOLED panel with flat screen for the price tag, Snapdragon 865, and this setup, this combo is the best deal. It's the best deal because many people don't prefer this slightly small curviness or extreme curviness. They just want to have a standard flat screen. 60 Hz indeed is not a big issue, ninjas, but to have an additional high refresh rate, it's always a good reason to buy a smartphone. You can't say that it's not something special. It is special, ninjas. When you test it in real life, you will see the difference. On the screen, you can't see the difference. Let's move now to the screen, sorry for that, with the sound comparison. Yeah. Okay, let's go first with the Huawei P40 Pro on the left. Redmi K30 Pro. Okay, ninjas, for me here, win-win for the Redmi K30 Pro. Let me just block now the speaker for you. Just check this out. No stereo speakers. Huawei P40 Pro. No stereo speakers. So both of them don't have stereo speakers. Again, for the Redmi K30 Pro, I can accept that, but for the Huawei P40 Pro, I can say easily that it's a con. Most of the smartphones right now for this price tag have stereo speakers. I don't know why what it happens that they didn't include it. I don't know, ninjas. I don't know what is the reason why they didn't include this special secondary speaker on the top. And even for the replays that don't have it, you know that the technology with the Huawei smartphones, that the sound is vibrating through the display, so that's why you are able to hear the phone call. Nevertheless, that's it. Let's move now to the camera comparison. So far what you can say, win for the screen, win for the speaker on the Redmi K30 Pro, win for the design itself for the Redmi K30 Pro because it doesn't have any notch. So it depends if people want to have this basically the pop-up camera, which also lights up, and it's basically you hide yourself from the Danish Mason. But with the Huawei P40 Pro, if somebody gets hacked your smartphone, but again, I don't know how important you are that somebody will hack you and look at you. Who has that kind of attention, that kind of a time to give you an attention to hack you and spy on you? I just don't get it. Are you that important, bro? What? How much of the money you have in the bank? $10 million? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. Anyway, that's it, ninjas. Let's move to the camera comparison. So very interesting. Both of them have a quad camera setup on the back. By the way, this is Kirin 990 versus Snapdragon 865. You can check on my YouTube channel. Both of them are updated to the latest version. And the camera setup, it's a Sony IMX52 megapixel Sony IMX 700 sensor, 64 megapixel Sony IMX 686 sensor with the Redmi K30 Pro. We have ultra wide camera lens, 40 megapixel versus 16 megapixel. That's a big difference, ninjas. That's honestly a big difference. What else we have? It's a Sony 650 versus Samsung S5 3L6 ultra wide camera lens. Videos, we can do here to go to the settings. We have here the video quality. Also, we have here the video's resolutions. You can check it by yourself. We have telephoto lens and portrait mode. We don't have a telephoto lens with, of course, Redmi K30 Pro. 12 megapixel telephoto lens, and portrait mode is standard only minimalistical 2 megapixel. Again, that is not that important, but what is important is the macro lens. Example, it has a 5 megapixel macro lens, Redmi K30 Pro, and TOF 3D sensor with the Huawei P40 Pro. The front selfie camera is super high 32 megapixel resolution versus 20 megapixel resolution, so Samsung S5 T2. We're gonna check all of that in this video. Enjoy and share my videos, ninjas. By the way, use my shillings. Use my shillings to buy these smartphones online. Thank you. Ninjas, assalamu alaikum, welcome back. So this is the camera comparison between the Huawei P40 Pro and the Redmi K30 Pro / Poco F2 Pro. The front selfie camera test 1080p 30 fps. So judge by yourself which smartphone has a better video stability. You probably know already. Redmi K30 Pro doesn't have EIS on the front. You can just recognize that by the cropped image, cropped video with the Huawei's MUI software. That's how it's able to give you this smoothness. Still, in my opinion, Samsung and iPhones are offering the best video stability on the front without cropping the image, ninjas. Especially Samsung software there, the Samsung UI experience. Anyway, let's check here also the exposure for the end. Okay, my face is completely blown away with the Redmi K30 Pro. It's more visible with the Huawei. Anyway, hope you're enjoying this comparison. Let's go now. Able to give you this smoothness. Still, in my opinion, Samsung and iPhones are offering the best video stability on the front, without cropping the image, ninjas. Especially Samsung's offer there, the Samsung UI experience. Anyway, let's check here also the exposure for the end. Okay, my face is completely blown away with the Redmi K30 Pro. It's more visible with the Huawei. Anyway, hope you're enjoying this comparison. Let's go next. Still, in my opinion, Samsung and iPhones are offering the best video stability on the front, without cropping the image, ninjas. Especially Samsung's offer there, the Samsung UI experience. Anyway, let's check here also the exposure for the end. Okay, my face is completely blown away with the Redmi K30 Pro. It's more visible with the Huawei. Anyway, hope you're enjoying this comparison. Let's go next. Huawei P40 Pro versus Redmi K30 Pro. Video stability test, handheld 1080p 30 fps. I need to repeat this, ninjas, so I can basically know I'm doing so many different comparisons. So that's why I always put say on every single start of the video what I'm exactly doing, so I don't mess up later on. So I hope I'm not too annoying for you, ninjas. Anyway, beautiful. Let's go now, try to run. Every single start of the video what I'm exactly doing, so I don't mess up later on. So I hope I'm not too annoying for you, ninjas. Anyway, beautiful. Let's go now, try to run. So that's why I always put say on every single start of the video what I'm exactly doing, so I don't mess up later on. So I hope I'm not too annoying for you, ninjas. Anyway, beautiful. Let's go now, try to run. Okay, this is ultra wide camera lens comparison, P40 Pro versus K30 Pro. Handheld footage. Walking a little bit faster. And let's run now. Handheld footage. Walking a little bit faster. And let's run now. Get the point. Handheld footage. Walking a little bit faster. And let's run now. Get the point. And just this is right now 5x zoom video test P40 Pro versus Redmi K30 Pro. Oh my god, just what a difference. Check it out how sharper it is with the P40 Pro. Oh my god, ninjas. Anyway, I'm gonna try to walk also. So that's why what you get, ninjas, for 2 times more expensive smartphone. This is it. I hope you get the point now, yeah? Beautiful. Anyway, let's move next now. Checking here. Oh my god, how much it's sharper. How much it's... Okay, just this is camera comparison. Redmi K30 Pro versus Huawei P40 Pro. Redmi K30 Pro / Poco F2 Pro. It's Ramadan night, 29th. 2 more nights of Ramadan and that's it. We missed Ramadan already. $500 versus $850. Okay, just this is camera comparison. Redmi K30 Pro versus Huawei P40 Pro. Redmi K30 Pro / Poco F2 Pro. It's Ramadan night, 29th. 2 more nights of Ramadan and that's it. We missed Ramadan already. $500 versus $850. Okay, just this is camera comparison. Redmi K30 Pro versus Huawei P40 Pro. Redmi K30 Pro slash Poco F2 Pro. It's Ramadan night, 29th. 2 more nights of Ramadan and that's it. We missed Ramadan already. $500 versus $850.
When I see you, say mashallah, look at that creation. Subhanallah, I'm amazed. When I see the shine on the face, baby girl, we can go play. Me no like the bad girl, you good. Me write the song just for you. You had it. Listen, just say you love me loud. To that West Africa halal boy. I need your halal love. You the white girl, I'm your husband. Baby, give my whole life to you. I need your halal loving. I need your halal loving. I wanna spend my whole life with you. I just wanna give you some affection. Do it on me to protect ya. I'm feeling a sincere connection. God made you for me. You're my nasib. God made me for you. It was all meant to be the destiny. But let me tell you something, man, them talk but they bluffing. The intentions are disgusting. I advise you not to trust them, habibti. Cause I've been there and I've done this. So yalla, get it big, dream big, live it, yeah. We fly, business, yeah. We the righteous millionaires, yeah. I need your halal love. You the white girl, I'm your husband. But baby, give my whole life to you. T'es la seule femme dans ma vie, c'est un amour infini. Danser avec moi, je prie pour toi. T'es la seule femme dans ma vie, c'est un amour infini. I need your halal love. You're the white girl, I'm your husband. Baby, keep my whole life to you. I need your halal loving. I need your halal loving. I wanna spend my whole life with you. Got me picking your mesa. Say your name in every single prayer. That's real love, it takes dedication. When I see you, say mashallah, look at that creation. Subhanallah, I'm amazed. When I see the shine on the face, baby girl, we can go play. Me no like the bad girl, you good. Me like the sun just